Temptation, temptation. It's the perfect time to be transformed. I'm Mike Morrison with 2 minutes of insight and inspiration. Welcome to 2 Minute Transformation. We live in a world of 1,000 temptations, so says Socrates. If he were alive today, he would no doubt update that number by adding a 0 or 2 or 3. There are temptations of all kinds and all types around us. James 1:12 gives us some good wisdom to consider when we feel overwhelmed by the things that test and try us. He says, "Blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love him." James first says you're blessed when you endure temptation. Endurance is its own reward sometimes, isn't it? We have a certain satisfaction anytime we accomplish something we have to fight for, whether it's saving for the big purchase as opposed to the instant gratification of charging it, followed by years of regret making minimum payments until you paid 4 times the purchase price, or sticking out the hardships and sacrifices to stay true to your convictions as opposed to compromise and diminishing returns. The right thing is not always easy, but there's a victory that's tangible at the end of the journey. I don't want to downplay the fact that James is talking big picture life and death kind of stuff here, but the wisdom applies to even the simplest of tempting situations. Life is full of tests and trials, friends, big and small, and as a dear friend of mine once reminded me, that there really is no such thing as a small choice. Every decision comes with consequence. There's nothing like a little incentive, too, to challenge you as you work your way through life's trials. We serve a God of promise, and His promises are sure. Never assume, though, that you're entitled to the reward of the promise unless you keep your end of the bargain, your end of that deal. I'm going to talk about that another time, but for right now, you're assured to receive the crown of life that is promised to those who love Him after you endure and overcome the temptations of Easy Street. So hang in there. It's hard today, but today's hardship is tomorrow's blessing. Your soul will know satisfaction, and you will be transformed.